much the king out there. I mean, he was the one that, like Greg at Waimea, you know, dragged the guys out there.
I rode an 11.6. It was first and foremost a wave-catching machine, because if you can't catch a wave, nothing else matters.
Unlike the somewhat easy takeoff of Makaha, Waimea was a fear-inducing 25-foot elevator drop, sometimes requiring more faith than skill.
It almost doesn't help sometimes to know what you're doing out there, because if you know too much, it intimidates you.
I mean, everything is moving, everything is in flux. Nothing is constant. It's so dynamic that you can't pre-plan it.
Not only you're riding down this mountain, but this mountain is chasing you, and you have to use all your skill and all your ability to get away from this mountain, but at the same time use it to your own benefit.
When you come down the face of a mountain, you're on fire. Your heart is exploding. Endorphins are just busting out in your brain. And you want to not just prove that you can do it, but discover what you're made out of.
Apart from the challenge of learning to ride Waimea, was the even greater challenge of surviving the horrifying wipeouts.
You feel like a piece of lint in a washing machine because the force of nature that you're in the middle of is so quantum beyond comprehension.
I've just wiped out. I'm getting just worked.
Fluttering down the face, getting sucked back over the face, then you basically become the lip. Back flips, front flips, big twists, every which way underwater real fast over like a football field.
You don't know which direction is up or down or right or left.
It's black, it's dark. I can feel the pressure in my ears.
You're sure that you're near the surface, and all of a sudden that what you would perceive to be up is actually the bottom.
And the leash is pulling hard on you. The board is tombstoning up there, and I realized that if there was another wave that was coming, I'm finished.
At one point, it started to stop, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna live, you know, and I started to swim up.
And the next wave hit.
And then it just started all over again, just every bit as bad as the first part of it.
And I remember feeling underwater, like going over a waterfall underwater, like literally getting sucked into a hole.
Here I am 30 feet down, and now it takes me another 15, 20 feet down, and I slam into the bottom down there, and you think, oh my God, I'm deeper than anyone's ever been.
You get to a point when you're down there, like, okay, this is not happening anymore.
You know, you got to get to the surface to get air.
Finally, when I come up to the surface, I remember it being so bright. It was like being in a dream, and all of a sudden, back to, okay, this is real, this is live now.
Ironically, the biggest challenge facing these professional big wave riders is not the wave itself.
You can't just go get it on Sunday at 12 o'clock like you can most anything else.
When the ocean is not making some of the waves available, Laird suffers like a lot of the other guys do.
Oh, I get so depressed. It's like, oh.
We get frustrated and depressed and bitchy and grouchy, and, you know, really don't want to be around us when it's like that.
Laird was trying to explain to me what it was like when there was no waves. And he said, you know, it would sort of be like if you were a dragon slayer and there just were no more dragons. And then you wonder, like, who am I and what am I doing here? And then you wonder, like, who am I and what am I doing here? Who am I and what am I doing here?